Brother lads, welcome back to the Cossy podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is your preview for the Arsenal season. It is here. I'm going to be setting my expectations. We are going to be talking key players. We're going to be talking key fixtures and key months, but also very importantly, my predictions for Arsenal in every competition we are going to play. Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not among the people who think that Arsenal should try to win every competition, but I'm saying, can we try to win at least 3 or 2 out of the ones that we are trying to compete in? I don't like the idea of going for one title like Premier League. If it fails like it has failed last season, then you walk away with nothing. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Let me know what are your Arsenal expectations and where will Arsenal finish in every competition we play. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, but also and the Premier League as well. Now, let's start off with my expectations because this is very crucial for me. Last season in the Premier League, we ended at 89 points and City ended at 91 points. I think it's now very, very clear over the last 2 seasons that if you cannot get up to 95 points, you cannot compete or challenge with Man City. You've got to go up to 95 points. And Mikel Arteta has said that his team has to go up to 100 and plus points. It might be draining. It might be difficult for us to go to, 100 points. But I think 95 is the magic number. I kind of feel like if Arsenal can go and get 95 points this season, it's going to be very, very crucial. And in my opinion, we will go to 95 points and we will win the league. Now, I've partnered with KiwiBet to allow you bet on the Arsenal chances of winning the Premier League this season. All you have to do is head over to their website, just go click the link in my description and then come to KiwiBet, sign in, log in, and then come to the section, special offers, click down here, Premier League, and then you'll have the chance to bet on each and every team and their chances to win the Premier League. So special offers right there, Premier League, and then there you are. So Arsenal has got a very good odds to win the Premier League, 2.85, and Man City 2.23. I think Arsenal and Man City are regarded as the 2 favorites by all the bookmakers to actually win the Premier League. Now, if you're in Uganda, this is a massive opportunity. We didn't have this on the market, a chance to predict who wins the Premier League. KiwiBet has brought that. It's a massive opportunity. And I'm going to go with Arsenal for me. I'm going to, I think I'll place around 500,000 on Arsenal to win the Premier League. For me, it's as simple as that. So that is my first expectation. Arsenal to win the Premier League with 95 points and above. The second expectation I have for Arsenal is to win the FA Cup. This is our trophy. This is what we are. This is who we are. When you think about Arsenal, you think about the FA Cup. We are the record holders of the FA Cup. Manchester United have won it 13 times, Arsenal 14 times. If United win it one more time before Arsenal win it, it won't look good. So let's go and win it another time. And I'm backing Arsenal to go all the way and win the FA Cup. It's been a long time ever since we won it in 2020. It is our time to shine this season. The Carabao Cup, I'm not going to really feel expectant. It's quarterfinals, Champions League, quarterfinals as well. Those are my expectations in every competition we are playing. Now, the key players for Arsenal this campaign, I think we will see a lot of regurgitation from what we saw last campaign. Mikel Arteta going with the same players, all the time in, time out. But most importantly, this campaign, I think we shall see a couple of new names among the list of very important players. For example, I think Julian Timber will be a key player for Arsenal this season, given the fact that he's able to rotate and he can also play in midfield. So if Jorginho and Partey both get injured or suffer from burnout, tired legs, anything like that, because they're old, Julian Timber could actually come into midfield. So that is why I'm saying Timber is one of the key players for Arsenal this campaign. So among my key players, I've said Timber, Saka, Rice, Odegaard, Saliba, and David Dreyer. Let me explain. So with Saka, I expect him to have more assists than anyone. just like he's always done every single campaign. And I expect him to have more goals than anyone, just like he's always done almost every single campaign. So that is Saka for you when he's putting on that Arsenal jersey. He is so good that, you know, when it comes to scoring, he's your guy. When it comes to assisting, he's your guy. Now, for me with Saka, last season I was complaining about his finishing. His numbers were good, and I loved it. Now, can he now become superstar? And when I say superstar, I mean, can you have a very bad game, but then, you know, come up with something at the end, probably score, probably assist, you know, something like that. We saw a little bit of that last campaign, but there's so many games still where they shut him out. There's so many games where I feel like Saka's been dealt with today. A superstar like Ronaldo, like Messi, you've got to have those moments. Even in a bad game, you've got to have those moments. But Saka is going to be a key player for us, no doubt about that. Declan Rice, because he can play at DM and he can also play at left central midfield, I think starting the campaign, we will see him at left CM. As the campaign progresses, we shall see him at DM. Why Rice is a key player for Arsenal and Mikel? He's very durable, so you can play him throughout the campaign. And of course, games are becoming thicker and and much more as well. So it means you need durable players. You need players that you can depend on to be available every minute, every game. 2 more games in the Champions League have been added by default, and you never know. If we progress further in the Carabao Cup, more games. If we progress further than we did in the FA Cup last campaign, more games as well. So I'm going to say Rice, because of his versatility and durability, he will be a key player for Mikel Arteta. Next one on my list is Martin Odegaard. And I think with Odegaard, again, he goes into another season as Arsenal's primary creator. I'm not saying that is bad. I'm saying why. Because, yes, Saka always gets more assists. But in that midfield, and why I like the idea of Mikel Merino is Mikel Merino is Spanish, and naturally, as midfielders for Spain, they are creative. So I would love to see Mikel Merino, Declan Rice, and probably Odegaard in the same team. I would love to see whether the creativity in that team could actually raise up, a little bit. But Odegaard is going to be a very key player for Mikel, as he doesn't have so many intelligent players on the ball in the final third to create goal scoring opportunities, big chances, and also those through balls for the striker. William Saliba in defense is the one I've gone for, together with Julian Timber. And the reason that's why I've gone with these two, Timber, I've explained, his versatility allows Mikel Arteta to tweak things here and there, change combinations in-game and also before games and even after games if he wants to. But with William Saliba, we are talking Rolls-Royce, solid, confident, mature. What doesn't he do? What doesn't he have? So with William Saliba, I've gone with that player that Arsenal will credit their success with, especially when we win the league. That will be William Saliba. And lastly, it's David Raya for me. I mean, if I've not mentioned your player, Partey, Havertz, Jesus, don't feel offended. This is a preview, so you could also give me your thoughts in the comment box below. But with David Raya, where I've gone with him as well is if he had such a good season and the manager trusted him during his first campaign, how will Mikel Arteta, not trust him during his second campaign? And he's already showed a lot of good elements when he's come back during preseason. Confident, he understands the players he's with. He understands the psychology of the team, the positioning of the team, the tactics. I think he's a very, very important player to Mikel Arteta. Now, Mikel always says that Raya stops things that we don't see. Some of us have started seeing those things, and I'll tell you, David Raya is one reason why I have said Arsenal are going to win the Premier League with that odd 2.5 on KiwiBet, and I'm still very, very confident. I'm very, very confident we are going to do it. Because for me, we have a very good goalkeeper in goal, a goalkeeper that can create chances and start attacks, and also a goalkeeper that is a sweeper. Yeah, I believe in David Raya now. I really, really do. Now, yes, we've been gaslighting ourselves about we will win it, but what are some of the key months where Arsenal have to be alert? Month number 1 is September, where we have City away and Tottenham Hotspur away. And you might say, Cossy, those are 2 games. Yes, they are 2 games, but we are talking about a marathon. We are talking about momentum. Now, back in the day, when I was still, doing a lot of marathons and all those things when I was a little bit, smaller, one thing that, affects the marathon winner is rhythm. It's rhythm, it's momentum. And September is a very bad month for Arsenal. Why? Because we start off in August, we start off with Wolves, you can beat them. Villa, yeah, difficult team, but you can beat them. And then Leicester City, and then Brighton, you can beat them. So if you win your first 3 games, you've created momentum. You've created, a rhythm. Only for you to take on Spurs and to take on Man City. And if those are kind of bumps in the road. And if you are affected by them, you might have mixed results before you find another run of form. So that's why I'm saying September is very key. If Arsenal can go through August and September on a winning streak, we can go August, September, October, maybe even November, and then, December. So the next month is December. We have 6 games in December, and that is the first reason why it is a crucial month for Arsenal. But also, what do you know about December? It is where you come close to the end of the first round. So 6 games is a lot. That means that you're playing more than 1 game per week. And in there, you might have a Champions League game. And also in there, you might have probably maybe FA Cup or Carabao Cup. So you're going to have a couple of games in December. They're going to be more than 6. And why it's crucial for us is Mikel Arteta's rotation skills are going to be tested here. And the players that he trusts and those that he doesn't trust are going to be manifested during this period in time. Apple as well. So in December last season, Arsenal lost points to Liverpool. We dropped points to Aston Villa. We dropped points to Fulham as well. So West Ham, Liverpool, Liverpool, Fulham, and Aston Villa. Those were 4 games where Arsenal dropped points. And by the time we were out of that, we went to Dubai. We came back like another team, but it was never the same again. Arsenal lost the title during that period of time. So this month, can we do better than December, right? Than December last year. April is difficult, but why it is crucial for Arsenal this season, again, it is the reverse of what we saw last campaign. So last campaign, during April, we saw Arsenal play Tottenham, Chelsea, we beat both of them. Man City, I think, was City there? No, City wasn't there. Aston Villa was there, right? So we saw very difficult fixtures. I think Newcastle was there as well. We saw very difficult fixtures, although Arsenal made them easy. They were difficult, and eventually they took energy out of this team. Now, April this season, we are playing easy games. We are actually having much easier games. So we are having an easier ending to the season as compared to last campaign. And what that month tells Arsenal is your work has to be done prior, not in the aftermath. Your work is not going to be done in April, in May. Your work has to be done in December, in January, in February. You've got to beat the big teams prior, and then you can have a smooth landing. But also, why this month is crucial, of course, you have 5 games already for Premier League, and then you have the Champions League. You usually have 2 games of the Champions League right there. So you have 2 games in the Champions League, 5 in the Premier League. You have 7 games. That's a lot. And we'll talk about the injury scare that Arsenal might face. But for now, Arsenal have got to be very, very careful when it comes to April. Teams that we're going to play are going to be teams that want to stay in the Premier League. They make life difficult. And also teams that have something to play for during the back end of the campaign. Going to Europe, staying mid-table, and staying up as well. So those are the 3 months. And, those fixtures in those 3 months will determine where Arsenal really finish. The potential scares for me, I think we have more games now. 2 more games from the Champions League. And with the quality of our squad, I think Arsenal will go further in the Champions League. So that is a potential scare. More games, burnout, tired players, and injuries. And actually, injuries is my second on the list because games are going to be much more. We will have an injury scare. Now, of course, we were lucky last season. Saliba, no injuries. Odegaard, no injuries. Kai Havertz, no injuries. How lucky we were? I don't know. Can we stay that lucky? Probably yes, probably no. But I would love us to stay that lucky. The late signings will take time to sink in. And, Mikel Arteta has now got to work on, kind of giving a preseason to the late comers, but also work on winning games. That's a problem, right? And I think that the biggest one will be burnout. I think psychologically, emotionally, physically, the 2 seasons that we have played, the last 2 seasons, chasing City has actually taken something out of us. Now, I think Arsenal have the ability to get 95 points, but we might not see an Arsenal that is just perfect throughout. And of course, you cannot be perfect throughout the whole campaign. So my predictions finally, or as we come to an end, Arsenal champions of FA and Premier League. Arsenal will get out of the Carabao Cup on the first round. First game, we will be out. And then UEFA Champions League, last time we went to the quarterfinals. This time, I'm going to say we are going to end at the round of 16. And I know it will make many people angry, but I'm going to say Arsenal end at the quarterfinals. Best defender, I'm going to go with Julian Timber. Most important player, Declan Rice. Most improved player, it will be Gabriel Jesus. Most assists, Saka. Player of the year, Saka. Top scorer, Saka. This time, I'm being more realistic than not.